You come to us like a snake in the grass. Here, in a city of lies. You are the biggest liar of them all.
Yeah, this is the review for Dying Light, and this is made by Techland. And Techland is is well known for two things: Call of Juarez and the Dead Island series.
So not a good track record.
No.
Oh, I thought they were known for buggy foreign games.
There's really no difference.
I thought that was Deep Silver that was the publishing arm of that.
Don't think so. I think Deep Silver... What the hell did Deep Silver do? I may be thinking of someone else.
Deep Silver does Saints Row right now.
Yeah. No, Deep Silver is the developer for Dead Island, Dead Island 2, and Dead Island Riptide. Techland is
They're the Polish game
the developer, and the publisher is Warner Brothers Interactive. But anyway, so this is a zombie game, like Dead Island. You are on...
Whoa, hold the horses. You don't want to, scare the audience too much. I mean, we went from one zombie game to the next. We can't have too much change here.
You shoot people, like in Far Cry. You go to certain places to do quests,
like in any
like Far Cry. You do parkour, a little bit like Far Cry.
Parkour? Far Cry does not have parkour.
Yeah, they did. Didn't they?
Well, not to an extreme degree.
Okay.
If by parkour you mean I will climb up onto this ledge now.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, that's the extent of the parkour here. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean that's more or less the extent. I mean, you don't see. It's not like the extent of Mirror's Edge where you're like doing wall running and jumping and doing all this crazy shit. No, it's more or less you're jumping and climbing to the extent of Far Cry.
Which makes the whole, this is a zombie game with parkour statement kind of suspect, because it's like, listen, if you're going to mention any first-person parkour game, you're going to immediately assume, okay, how is this compared to Mirror's Edge? And if it barely does half the stuff that game did, then how the hell is this a parkour game?
Oh, no, it does the one move that Mirror's Edge does, and it's like, you jump up the wall, grab the ledge, pull yourself up, and that's really it.
So the only thing that makes this game parkour is having Grant behind you saying, parkour! Parkour!
Pretty much, yeah.
Wouldn't that be some shit if, just whenever you do something like that, it's just guy, zombies, look, parkour! And you just do, menial jumps.
Well, the weird thing about this is that it goes from that to you having the ability to jump on other people's heads. And
this is fucking Mario now.
Yeah, I'm not even joking. You jump on zombies' heads, and you can keep jumping and jumping over them repeatedly, and it's kind of funny, but that's the extent of the parkour. You don't get to wall run or do any of that crazy shit.
You know what? I'm kind of fine with that.
Yeah, and honestly, yeah, I am too, because the parkour, or whatever you want to call it, every now it's kind of, I don't want to say broken, but it's kind of, I don't really have the words for it. It's just there, and it's shit, honestly. I'm not going to mince words, fuck it. It's bad. I mean, it's really bad, because for one, there's going to be a lot of instances where you don't know where the fuck you're going, and you're just winging it, really. There's going to be instances where you're just going around and around and around in the same room thinking, okay, where am I jumping to? Where am I going to? And where am I going to try and climb? Can I climb that yellow pipe? Can I climb over there? Can I climb over this? Can I climb that thing that it shouldn't be climbable?
So basically some of the same problems that the original Mirror's Edge had, which made you originally think, well, this is a good proof of concept. Let's see where the next game takes this.
Except Mirror's Edge...
it was better about that stuff.
But the difference is that Mirror's Edge actually showed you more or less how to do it. It gave you a very vague attempt at where you were going. It doesn't have any markers or anything except for the map. Except for the Grand Theft Auto styled map where it's like, here's the dot and here's your, your generic map, really. And that's it. You have no real clue on how you're going to get there or how you're going to go through this shit. It's just there. You just know that you have to get from point A to point B. And that's it.
If this game wasn't really that committed to the whole like movement aspect of it, I now have to wonder then, what is the point of this game?
Well, it's kind of funny because most of what you're going to be doing is you're going to be going from rooftop to rooftop, messing with radio antennas, and then when you need to get down, you just jump off unbelievably, impossibly high heights and land into garbage bags.
Okay, that was the part when I saw that. It's like, there's no fucking way that man would survive. Like, he would
So
be...
it's like Techland's Assassin's Creed with zombies. In a way, because you're going from rooftop to rooftop, doing this, doing that, trying to get info and shit, and then when you need to get off of the buildings, you jump off impossibly high heights again, and you just land in a thing of garbage. And you know what? It's even less than what they showed the first time you do it. Like, it's like 4 or 5 bags on top of each other that you're
It
landing
doesn't matter
on.
if there was like broken glass or syringes.
Yeah, well, it's not even that, but apparently also if you jump on the cars too, no matter if you're like 50 feet high, if you jump on the cars, you're just as okay.
All right, here's my question: how does the combat feel, and what is the majority weapon type you see in the game?
The majority,
and
it's Dead Island.
Okay.
It's beat for beat Dead Island, except without the really shitty RPG element that they had.
Okay, does it still use like the limb mechanic that Dead Island used?
No. I mean, you can cut these zombies' arms off and everything, but it's more like, collision than anything else. You know what I mean?
Okay, I got you. Okay,
Like they don't really make it like, hey, you got double points for cutting that dude's arm off and everything. It's like, no, you cut his arm off and that's it.
Okay, so my next question is it the enemy types? Are there specialized enemy types, or is it just going to be
it's Dead Island.
So you have like your stronger type.
Honestly, Dying Light is what Dead Island should have been, where it's like, okay, this is okay, and there are a couple of problems, but it's still passable. Like, everything here is beat for beat Dead Island, including the enemies, because you guys saw it in the part 2 of the Dying Light with the big dude with the hammer. He's the dude in the straitjacket from Dead Island, pretty much. He's the big, heavy guy who, he's going to hit you and everything. Or you have the spitters, which, like, they shoot poison at you through their mouths and everything, and blind you. You have, that's really it, actually, because I'm thinking
So
about
really, really not stepping away from their comfort zone on this.
Oh, yeah, no, they're planted firmly in their comfort zone. And now that I think about it, they had instances where they introduced new monsters, and like 3 new monsters. There's another one which is pretty much the bloater. No, not the bloater. The boomer from Left 4 Dead, where it comes near you and then it explodes.
So they can't even think of new zombie types now.
Pretty
the world
much.
we live in.
There was another one where it was a little kid that when he screams, zombies come towards you. And I've already beat the game. That monster, that enemy shows up once. And that's it throughout the entire thing. And then there was another one that I'm probably forgetting. No, that's it. Yeah, that's really it. So they pretty much got the... more or less, they got the template of the Left 4 Dead series. You got the heavy, you got the boomer, you got the witch, more or less, and you got the spitter. And that's really it. And yeah, I can't really say anything about this because, yeah, if you ripped off the title and just put in Dead Island 2 or 3 or whatever, however many Dead Islands they've made, you really couldn't tell the difference because this is just average. This is just dull and average. It's the same thing. And I played this game for a total of 5 minutes. And within the first 5 minutes of playing the game...
Whoa, hold on.
No, sorry, I messed up.
Rephrase that for a second.
Sorry, my bad. No, within the first 5-10 minutes of me playing this game, I was able to tell... I said what was going to happen throughout the entire story, beat for beat. And as I kept going, everything that I said was going to happen completely and utterly happened. To the point where I bet, I don't want to say anything, but I bet the entire ending of this game down to a T, and everything I said was right. Let's just say this ain't going to be the last Dying Light game that they're making.
Well, I was gonna say, like, sales-wise, I guess it did okay, didn't it? Or
Yeah, they pretty much. I'm not going to spoil the ending, but they pretty much do the sequel-itis ending.
hmm,
Uh,
sort of like, where will they be next? Who knows?
yeah, pretty much.
Dying even more light.
Yeah, well, like, would you call the sequel to like Dying Light, Dead Light, even Deader Light? No, seriously, guys, this
50
light is
Shades
dead.
of
Dead
Light.
Yeah.
Beating the
Black light.
dead light.
12 years of light.
50
Why do we
Shades of
keep
Light.
making Soldiers of Slave jokes in our reviews?
I don't know. It's thinking of things that was like you go like it's progressively getting like worse and worse.
Like what? Next year we're gonna just be doing Selma jokes. That's the new thing.
Well, the funny thing is also is that not the big one, but one of the things that was kind of the selling point was what happens at night. And what happens at night is that the zombies several of them transform into these things that grow like these bone arms or something, like these bone knives under their wrists and everything, and they turn into like the necromorphs.
Now, forgive me if I'm wrong, but wasn't this a basic mechanic? Like, not necessarily the bone arms thing, but isn't the whole, they're more aggressive at night? Is that basically a mechanic from all 3 Dead Rising games?
Yes, yeah. But the thing that was supposed to be cool was that it was supposed to, like at night, it was supposed to transform into like this survival horror kind of thing. And the problem is that wears away real quick because, like I said before, you don't know where you're really going because they're not really, because if you're trapped, like if you have no idea where you're freaking going or how to work things or how to what to climb exactly, you're trapped. You have no idea where to go, and it's not really your fault. It's more the fault of them not really showing you where to go. With Mirror's Edge, you knew what you were able to do because they would paint the things that you were able to grab and move red. And a different color from all the other stuff. So you knew where you were needing to go, and you knew what you need to climb or what you could climb. With this, everything's the same. Everything's the same color, and everything's like the same generic green or blue or white or whatever that they do for the buildings. So you don't really know what you can climb and what you can't. Because at first I was thinking, oh, okay, it's anything that's yellow, because that was what they were suggesting at first. And then it was like, no, not even the stuff that's yellow. There's a good things that are painted yellow that you can't climb either. So you're kind of when you're moving, you're kind of just winging it more or less when you're trapped. And as these things are hunting you, like these 5 or 6 things are attacking you, it's not really giving you time to process, okay, where am I going? And you're just getting frustrated and more frustrated as time goes on until you're dead.
And now I'm dead.
Yeah. And they really, this game isn't really anything new. Basically what it is they pretty much take everything from everything else, because you even have the thing that Ubisoft does where it's like you have to get rid of you have to get rid of the zombies that are in the safe houses so you can claim that safe house. You have the enemies from Left 4 Dead. You have the zombies are aggressive at night thing, like Dead Rising. And really, there's nothing really new or genuinely interesting about this game. Everything you can pretty much tell is going to happen.
With bad foreign accents.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
I was confused. What exactly is the ethnicity here supposed to be?
I genuinely can't freaking tell.
Because I get the impression it's supposed to be like somewhere in the Middle East, but it's not clear.
It's like something like that. I have no real clue. It's something like, Middle East or something.
But again, like the dodgiest Middle Eastern accents.
Yeah, it's like you can kind of tell it's Middle East, and that's all you can go on. Yeah. And honestly, this gets dull. I mean, this gets really boring because you're doing the same thing, and you're mostly going to be dealing with the same enemies, the same exact zombies, where it's like, okay, I just got to keep whamming you on the head over and over and over again. And it's like the last 2 or 3 hours, or not 3 hours, it's like the last 5 hours or something, where you finally get guns, and at that point, you just start blazing. Like, through the... Okay, apparently it's Turkey that this is set in.
I guess I can sort of see that, but...
So, wait, the real question is Miss Mia in this game?
No.
Better question, does Corey play this game as a way to carry out his fantasies against Miss Mia in some ways? It's like, I'm gonna get it. It's like, I'm going against your people right now.
Is this game really an allegory for Corey looking for white women?
That's the important question. Are there any white people in this game?
Yeah, your main character, and he's the white man who saves everyone.
Well, yeah.
Well, no, duh. The white man, especially the American, has to go to a foreign country and save it.
Well, come on. Do you think anyone in Turkey knows what to do?
Like, I can tell from the sound of his voice that he's the he's the unshaven white man. You know?
But as we've said this before, though, the accents are so dodgy. Who knows? Like, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, maybe that's like, yeah, what he's supposed to be, but then they got the voice acting mixed up, so it's like, who's going where again?
Yeah, it's like, well, shit.
We hired Troy Baker again. God damn it.
Actually, it's
damn it. Where's the Nolan North supposed to go?
We told you to put the Nolan North option in the credits. God.
Actually, you're kind of close. It is someone who's been doing voice acting for a lot of stuff.
J. Jonah Jameson.
No. It's Robert Craig Smith. And for those who don't know, he's the guy who he's Chris Redfield, Ezio Auditore.
Oh, him.
Batman in Batman Arkham Origins.
I didn't realize that was him that was in that game.
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, he's the one who's playing the main character.
Well, I mean, I suppose it is appropriate seeing as he did play Chris Redfield.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, like, honestly, there's nothing bad. There was this one time I had a glitch where I was running, and I slid through this hole, and I don't know what happened, but apparently I slid so well, I went right through the earth, and I got stuck in between the ground and the earth, and I just couldn't move. Or I could move, but I was always just stuck.
So basically the same problem that Unity had.
Yeah, but it wasn't as bad.
Well, obviously not as bad. I mean, nothing's as bad as Unity is.
No, I mean, Unity is... God, Unity's awful.
Unity's more just a bizarre... It's an interesting question. It's like, how...
It's an amazing experiment to see how fucked you can be as a company.
Well, it's almost more that question is like, it's that real question is like, how long can you ignore a game before the QA department finally has to say, all right, here's how we're going to solve this.
Yeah. There was another glitch, and this was the one that happened most of all. It was where everything is set up and cut off, and there are areas every now and then where you have to go and wait for the loading screen, and you have to go to a different area. Every now and then, what would happen is that I couldn't get to the other area because the symbol or the signal that I needed wouldn't go through. So I would have to quit and then re-enter the game. And this happened, or at least around a good 4 or 5 times throughout the entire game. And I don't know, that's just something I think should be brought to attention.
So basically, there's no real redeeming qualities for this game. Is this kind of like?
Well, it's
not terrible. It just seems like it's just kind of bland and uninteresting.
Yeah, it's not awful. I mean, it's nothing like Unity or what have you. It's just there.
It's not Unity.
It's just fucking there. And I mean, it's as bland. It's as bland as Dead Rising is, or not Dead Rising. As Dead Island.
Dead Rising isn't a bland series.
No, it's not. No, my bad. It's as bland and as boring as Dead Island, except not as bad. Not as terrible as Dead Island is. Honestly, thinking about it, I would give this a 6.
Actually, I just realized something. Dead Island also had a kind of weird issue with accents as well. Which makes me wonder now if, to a certain extent, Techland's kind of employed by people that are, partially deaf, but they don't want to admit it. So it's like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. Just go with that.
No, they have Lou Ferrigno is in charge of getting voice talent. Didn't you know that?
Listen, okay? They don't sound like me. They're not getting in.
Yeah, honestly,
I don't even know what type of accent that was.
yeah,
This is
I
my
had no
version.
idea what
Right.
that was. I was gonna go with it. I was like, okay.
yeah. I didn't want to stop you. I was like, okay, just keep going.
I'll let the boy have his moment. He has so very few of them.
Try.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I would just give this a 6. Really, I mean, I don't really. I think for $60, this is so not worth it. Don't buy this really for just $60 is a lot of money, people. I mean, it's too much for this game, and for a game that is pretty much just there, really.
It seems like this game is a definition of the word meh.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh well.
I can't really say. What can I say? I can't really say anything bad about it. This is one of those troubling things where I can't say anything completely bad about it because it's serviceable enough as it is, and it's just fucking dull. It's boring. I mean, there's nothing to write home about. There's nothing really that stands out about it. There's one thing, and I hate this, and Shadow of Mordor did this. The final boss battle ends with a QuickTime event.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, it ends with a QuickTime event, and that's it. Like the final boss battle, and yeah.
Oh, by the way, that just reminded me before I forgot, because I did that part. Just reminded me, and you can cut this out. So I did finish Shadow of Mordor. I think like last week or so.
Uh-huh.
Like the game, it's pretty good.
Uh-huh.
I was so goddamn cheesed once I found out that was the final boss. Was a QuickTime event.
We told you.
I forgot that part, I think.
Yeah, we totally told you, man.
It was like one of those things where like, you're fucking serious. Really? Really?
Yeah, it ended with a freaking QuickTime event.
Although, to be fair, Warner Brothers games, like the Arkham series, for instance, pretty good games, but they always seem to have a trouble with how they do their final boss.
Really? I thought they did well with Arkham City. I think that was okay.
I think Arkham City's boss was okay, but the part... I wasn't expecting that to be the final boss. Like, once I beat like, who the boss was, I was expecting something else afterwards, and when it didn't happen, it was like, oh, I guess that was it then.
Yeah, I can understand that. I don't know, what can we say about this? Yeah, seriously, people, stop... Don't make this a habit, please, of making your final boss's QuickTime events.
Wait, hold on. Who's the publisher behind this again?
The publisher, let me look. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's actually, no, it's not Warner Brothers, is it?
Because you said that earlier, and it makes me think now, it's like, does Warner Brothers just have an issue with how they end their bosses?
Oh, shit, yeah, it is. It's Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment.
This is surreal now.
Yeah,
like,
developers Techland, the publisher is Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment.
Maybe they just have some weird mandate where it's like, all your final bosses have to be mediocre.
Yeah, they have to be mediocre to just okay.
It's also about QuickTime events. Like, I think a series like God of War does it pretty well because they'll have like...
Well, yeah, but you shouldn't end your final boss battle
with just a pure QuickTime
with nothing but a QuickTime event. Like, I mean, it was understandable for God of War 3 because you were still battling Zeus for the most part, and then it ended on a QuickTime event. This whole entire thing in Shadow of Mordor, the whole boss battle was nothing but a QuickTime event.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Will you be a dog and save the dwellers of that hour? Or will you be a man? Do you live by your own rules, Crane? Or are you merely someone else's puppet?